In another huge loss for gamers, or maybe a game studio, it doesn't look like Kill the Justice League is going to make any possible recovery, especially if this new DLC has anything to say about it. Don't know what I'm talking about? We'll check it out right now on That Game Place. Hi folks, it's CC here again for That Game Place, along with, well, a man who almost needs no introduction. It's Loki from Loki's Mornings of Mischief. How's it going, Loki?
It's a cold night for gamers and Rocksteady culture. I had to say that.
It certainly is. I feel like my heart's probably frozen.
Oh.
Oh, why? Why? Well, we have a story for you guys. That's right. The Squad Kill the Justice League's new lesbian Mrs. Freeze for Season 2 update bombs with players. That's right. Season 2 update bombs with players. Game has lost 95% of its players since its launch in February. Loki. February. How many months ago? That wasn't that many months ago. Was that 5 months ago?
It's just 5 months ago. I can't see why though. I mean, I really can't see. Wait, never mind. I can't. Never mind.
This is a very specific skin pack that she's wearing here. I think they call it the Pride Pack, but more on that in a moment. So it looks like the introduction of the new character, Mrs. Freeze, is completely bombed with players, as less than 600 people were playing concurrently when it launched on July 25th. That's not that many, Loki.
No, that's This is sad. This is sad for a game that just came out that relies on its multiplayer. This is terrible.
I have seen more people in the bleachers at a WNBA game than the people that showed up to play this game. Yeah, pretty wild. All right, well, let's jump into it. So, in a blog post providing details about the Season 2 update, Rocksteady stated Victoria Frias, in this case, is an ice-cold, self-sufficient survivalist who has watched her Elseworld turn to ice as Brainiac's invasion took hold. By the time we meet her in Season 2, she's spent years as the last holdout of her dying planet, unwilling to leave her cryogenically frozen wife behind. But after being recruited by the Squad, she may have a chance to save her and unleash an icy hell.
I don't think so.
Yeah, what's really funny is, I mean, this didn't go live until the 25th. They pushed it back from the original launch date, which was the 11th. So it was the 11th.
It's been out 2 days, and they've got the lowest numbers they've ever had. That's telling. I'm surprised no one said anything to Rocksteady that this was a bad idea. Oh, wait, all the gamers did. And we're all ists, obes, and misogynists and all that fun jazz. Huh. If only someone over there had the common sense to listen to the people that pay their bills.
You mean the customers? Yeah, the customers. That's right. Yeah, no. So here they say, head on back to Metropolis and prepare to take on Brainiac in an all-new Elseworld and recruit the newest Squad member, Mrs. Freeze. So as of going live at 11:59 or so a.m., right before we started the afternoon, according to the stream database, the game only hit concurrent peak of 572 in the last 24 hours. Yeah. Now, mind you, this story was written not that long after it launched, and here we are on, well, at time of recording, the 27th, so it's only been 2 days. And as you can see in the chart below, it had more concurrent players at the end of June and on the first week of July. It hit at the end of June a peak of 665, and July 7th was 633, and at the time that this was taken, it's 418. I don't know, Loki, this game doesn't seem to be doing very well.
I wonder what it's like for Rocksteady to get spanked by a game like The Long Dark that's over 10 years old when it comes out with its last patch, compared to their Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League game that just came out that can't pull over 1,000 players after a huge update with a new character.
Well, as of right this moment, the number of players there are 438. And the peak number of players, 480 in the last 24 hours.
That's pathetic. Those are the most pathetic numbers I think you could see on Steam. This is like an indie game nobody wants to play, but they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on it. WB backed it. WB supposedly been all in on all of this, and they are getting spanked by the indie scene. Well, this is amazing.
It's cost them $200 million in quarterly write-off, basically. I mean, they had to take a giant L on this, and it wrecked their year-over-year numbers, especially since, for comparison, this was not going to be Hogwarts Legacy at all.
No, and they're asking them a point where some higher up saw this and said, can we just not release it and just take an L? Maybe say the game got ruined and take the insurance money. I'd have done anything but release this hunk of garbage to the public.
Well, what's funny is the best thing that happened was when they launched the DLC with the Joker, right? I mean, that jumped up to at least a concurrent peak of 3,012 players. That's an 81% decline to where we are now. And mind you, when the game launched, it had a peak of 13,459 players. So if you look at that, and then 5 months later, it's down 95%. 95%, Loki.
This game's dead. It's dead because it's dead. Because they didn't listen to their audience. They didn't care about their audience. They didn't care about the people that actually love to play games like this. And they just said, we're gonna stuff a whole bunch of DEI stuff down your throat, just like this outfit right here. We're gonna do the dumbest things imaginable, and we're gonna come out with the dumbest ideas imaginable, and you're all gonna like it. And we said, no, us gamers, we don't have to like anything. And they can call us all the is-obs, Yahtzees that they want to. No, we're just not going to play your game. And then they're going to scream at us that we're not playing their game.
Well, and they've guaranteed that nobody's going to play their game. And again, I'm not even sure it's this particular skin. I think it's the character overall. Like, the people don't like this character model. They don't like the direction that they went. There was no reason not to have Mr. Freeze, who was one of the more popular characters in previous games. Of course, this was sold as something else before the two founders of Rocksteady rolled out the door, seeing what was coming on the horizon. But, DEI kills art and sales, according to Gerald J. Jones. No one asked for Mrs. Freeze. You guys are going to fail for ignoring the user base. And, of course, obviously, Mark Kern, a.k.a. Grums, said, the skins for Suicide Squad's Mrs. Freeze are pretty terrible. DEI ruins game art. And look, I mean, there it is. You have this classic Ice Crime, Mark of Intelligence, historic, cool, classic pack. And then, of course, the, Pride outfit pack, so you can get all your pride on. Because
who's going to pay? Who's going to pay for this? Just curious. Who's paying for this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they're not making their money back.
Yeah, and Endemion's right. I mean, Sweet Baby Infected, indeed. Like, come on, dude. What even is this? No, indeed. I mean, look at that. Yeah, it really is. It really is not good. And losing 95% of their players,
95%,
with consumer sentiment like this from Melee Games. How do you go from one of the greatest game developers to this LMFAO? This is going to be the last game Rocksteady makes, and that brings me to my point, Loki. That brings me to my point. We're going to see a total, I believe, of 9 game studios go out of business this year in 2024. Yep, I think that's my prediction. I got to watch a game studio that I used to love go completely dead in a matter of, 2 or 3 months. In videos I did early on talking about Volition and the new Saints Row reboot and just how much that was going to destroy the game and the studio. And it actually did destroy the game and the studio, and nobody wants it. I don't think they can even give it away for free. I think they have been trying to. I mean, obviously, it's on Game Pass, I imagine, and it's probably on what the PlayStation thing is as well. But nobody wants this. Did you? First of all, have you played a minute of this game? This squad Kill the Justice League?
Not 1 minute. Rocksteady will not get my money. As soon as I saw what they were doing, I was excited. Years ago when we did the DC Fandom event, I saw the preview for this and I was like, okay, this could be interesting, but it was just CG cutscenes. It wasn't actual in-game play. As soon as I saw where they were going, I said, no, I'm out. I'm going to skip this. I don't want a multiplayer game. I don't want something where I have to constantly be online. I want to play like the old Arkham games. I would have loved that. Give me something like the old Arkham games. This has nothing to do with the old Arkham games, besides being the last thing that Kevin Conroy is ever going to voice act for. And that is so depressing to know that this is his last work as Batman, because this game was terrible from conception to end. They have done nothing but ruin this IP. And they only have themselves to blame. So let Rocksteady take the hit. If they go out of business, they go out of business. I'm tired of this. They don't want to listen to their customers. They don't want to listen to us as gamers. They just think we're being rude and we're being all these different things. Let them go out of business then. We're the ones who pay for their salary. We're the ones who keep them in business, not these other companies, not BlackRock, not any of this other stuff. It's us. We are the ones who keep them in business. Let them learn that lesson.
And I think they are learning that lesson, Loki. It's just maybe not the way that will actually help them survive, at least for this company, Rocksteady. I think Warner Brothers is going to look to another developer for future DC games, if there are any future DC games, because right now it doesn't look like on the movie side of things, Gunn's actually going to do anything good either. Anyway, that's enough of that, and we certainly aren't going to talk about film and television here, but we are going to say that, we want to know what you think. Do you think that this Rocksteady disaster is going to be the end of the company? Do you think that maybe the squad, Kill the Justice League, has any path back to recovery? Or do you think it's just pretty much over for this game and they might as well just shut it down because, well, it's just costing them money at this point? Let us know your thoughts on those questions down in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out while you're down there, and be sure to turn on all those notifications because you don't want to miss the Wednesday live streams between 3 and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On that note, as always, game on!